About the incident. About this incident, please tell me what it was that you saw. Last night, I was talking with Mio and lost track of the time. She agreed to let me stay over, so we set up cushions on the rug. You were gonna sleep on the floor? Yes, it's Mio's home, so I wasn't gonna steal her bed, was I? The moment we turned off the light to sleep, I felt a presence in the room that wasn't us. The moment you turned the lights off, were they hiding until then? I think Mio was still unaware at that point. Mio and I tried to leave the room without turning the lights back on. We made it out the door, somehow. I told Mio to run to the police, as there was someone in the room. Could you tell me in detail about what you saw in this room? In detail? Let me see. The time was just before midnight or so. I was so scared. I didn't get a good look, but it didn't look human. When I was closing the door, this shadow loomed up as if from the floor. If we were a moment too late, I can't imagine where I'd be. A shadow that didn't look human. That shadow must be the anomaly then. But where did it appear from? That's still unclear. I should note this down too. When is the posted photo from? This photo of the shadowy monster looks like a man somewhat. Terrifying, isn't it? Did you turn around and take this as you ran away? I was way too scared for that. Mio ran for the cops and I opened the door just a bit and quickly took a pic. But once I did, the guy disappeared. Disappeared? Just like that? More or less. He was gone before I knew it. I see. Duly noted. Thank you for your help. Famous big sis figure. I should write about Eiko-san in my journal. Eiko Shimizu, who works as a job hunting consultant. She took the same uni seminar that Mio's in, which means she's an older uni friend. Yep, that's it. It's my first time meeting her, but since she went to the same uni, I feel like we'll get along. Eiko Shimizu, a graduate of Inugami University, the same school that Mio and I go to, and a hard-working big sis figure. Runs a job hunting consultancy and temp staff business. When she stayed over at Mio's place and was about to sleep, Eiko-san noticed an unsettling presence. Alright, let's talk to Mio again. Mio, a few things? Mio, which faculty are you studying at again? I'm keeping notes on the case and would like to ask you a few questions. Yes, of course. Mio Sato, 23 years old, Inugami University, Human Sociology, 3rd year. Okay. About the incident. The incident is trending online. Could you give me a rough idea of what happened? Okay, I'm still pretty confused though. Something suddenly appeared in my room. I didn't notice at first, but Eiko did. She helped me get out. Something suddenly appeared in your place? You'd locked the door, right? Yes, I'm always careful to check the door, so I'm sure. How could it get in? I'm so scared. Do you remember what that thing looked like? I don't know. We rushed out of the room, but I've also felt like I was being watched for a while now. What? This is an old apartment, so something may be up. Azami, can I count on you to find out? Yeah, I'll try. Okay, clue. Good friend. I should make a note about Mio too in my journal. Mio Sato, resident of the room where the incident occurred. Mio is my friend at uni. Yes, my friend from the same uni. Okay. Mio Sato, a pretty university student originally from a small town. We became friends when Mio lost her student card, and I, without realizing it back then, found it for her with my clairvoyance. Mio is very tidy and will be annoyed if you're messy, and don't put stuff back where they're supposed to be. Okay. Talk to Jasmine. Let's ask about the Dissolution Center. Jasmine, how long have you worked here? 6 months? Not even, actually. What exactly does the Urban Myth Dissolution Center do? Dunno, really. We look into rumors. If it's paranormal related, we figure out what's up. Who would actually ask you to do this? National or local government, also universities and research organizations. This case here is probably the boss man just spotting a rumor and taking interest. Okay. Jasmine, how do you usually go about investigating on site? Usually ask those who encountered anomalies about what they saw and things like that. Enough leads and you start to see the rough shape of the urban myth. The shape of the urban myth? Who saw what, when and how, and all that. You start to get what the urban myth is about. And then you suddenly get a call from the bossman. I guess it's because of his see-all vision or whatever, yeah? Wow. With that vision, watching everywhere I go? Is you okay or what? Basically, you're on site, gather clues, and boss man knows. So your job here is to dig up info on the case. That's all there is to it. Okay. Supportive question mark colleague? I should write about Jasmine in my journal too. My coworker at the Urban Myth Dissolution Center. Her impression of me seems to be not very friendly. Yeah, I wonder if she hates me. Doesn't matter. I will keep trying. Yasumi Tomoyuki, Urban Myth Dissolution Center staff member. Thinks basically all tasks are too much work. Says detailed aspects of investigation are not her strong suit. In charge of guiding us as I stumble through the investigation. Made it clear that her main job was driving. Probably a trusty coworker nonetheless. Alright, we're gonna try searching with the glasses. Alright. Yeah. What is this? They look like legs? Ew. I can't seem to actually touch it. It feels so weird. What exactly is this shadow? I should think about it once we have more clues. I should note this too. Okay. Anything else? Oh my. A ghost! But according to the director, My power is clairvoyance, and I'm seeing what happened in the past. So this isn't a ghost. Not a ghost. How could it not be a ghost? But if I'm seeing something then... But if I'm seeing something, then something was here? Whoa. It's terrible. I feel like the shadow is watching me. I need to take a closer look. This shadow looks human. It's wearing something. A hoodie? Alright, we're done there. Just don't rely on me, got it? I see a haunted spirit. Jasmine, I'm seeing something that looks like a haunted spirit. What are those shadows that show up with these glasses? Don't see them. No way I'd know. It's scary because their forms are fuzzy. I can see them, but not touch them. Aren't most monsters in urban myths kinda that way? A bit clearer than ghosts, with ridiculous goals or messages. What are these things I'm seeing? Hey, don't ask me. You figure it out. Okay, we got a clue. Who was the shadow at the entrance? Let's think things over for a bit. What am I seeing with the clairvoyance power anyway? They look like ghosts, but aren't. So weird. I'm not really helping much, even if I can see things. It seems you may still need my support. I can offer the second part of my own urban myth theory, which we had to wait on earlier. Oh no, my memory of the director is going self-aware! First, let's take a moment and narrow down what you really need to consider. Feels weird being tutored by the mere memory of our director. Then again, maybe all that intelligence is rubbing off on me? I feel smarter somehow. I'm happy for you. I mentioned this back at the center. Your clairvoyance shows you the memories of each location, a view of the past. So, I'm peeking at what someone was doing there before? If so, what about that foot-like shadow I saw by the entrance? Maybe this is a memory of Eiko-san running away with Mio. Maybe this is a memory of Eiko-san running away with Mio. If so, I really can see tiny glimpses of past events. The gaze that Mio felt, what Eiko saw, and what I saw through my clairvoyance, they don't seem to be lying. Combining everyone's accounts and my clairvoyance might tell us something. Another clue. Alright, we're halfway there. Where did the shadow come from? Well, let's think things over for a bit. A mysterious being that appeared very suddenly. If we only had one witness, they might simply have imagined things. But Mio also mentioned feeling watched. I have no idea what to think about, or how. In that case, let me offer some guidance. My resident director boss is talking to me again. First, let's take a moment and narrow down what you really need to consider. Suppose this shadow actually exists and acts similarly to humans. If it acts like us, I'd want to know how the shadow showed up. Let's think about that for a bit. Maybe there's a route that leads in somewhere within the room? Yes, I should try to focus on how I got inside the room. Man or monster, that should show us who or what they are. Lovely.